Let me introduce Dr. Shweta Sachdeva Jha. Dr. Jha teaches English at Miranda House. She completed her doctoral studies at the Department of History at the School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London. And now I hand over the mic at the stage to Dr. Jha.
I'm sure everyone's had a very long day, so I'm going to keep it very simple. But just before I start, let me thank Professor Jain for letting me contribute to the volume. I remember this is one of the papers that I presented in a very small group of students, in fact the first batch which took the course on literature and films. So please pardon me if the paper or the presentation actually seems very simple, because what we were trying to do then, as a group of students trying to read films, coming from a literary theory background, was to try and understand various issues. And one of the issues that I was personally very interested in was films and history. In fact, this paper is something like the proposal that I worked on for a PhD. The matter, it actually changed totally after I wrote this paper and decided that no, I didn't want to do film anymore. I wanted to do an entire piece on a kind of a dissertation on the history of the Tawais as such. So this is actually a very simple piece of information, or whatever you want to call it, an argument wherein I was trying to argue, or at least explore, how the films Umrao Jaan, the 1981 version, I know since then there's a new version and I haven't seen it, how the Umrao Jaan and Pakiza as films, how would I approach them if I was actually trying to write a history of the Tawais? How would I look at film and history as such? So what I'm going to show you is just some glimpses of the argument. I'm just going to read it out in a very short and simple presentation. So it's going to be, like I said, short and just full of small glimpses of photographs, etc. Now, popular Hindi films at some level, I feel, echo history. They reimagine and recreate history through distinct ways, making it visible and audible to the audience. In the following presentation, whether it was Pakiza, whether it was Umrao Jaan, in this presentation I'm just focusing on two films. The cinematic reimaginations of the Tawais and Islamic culture have been a subject of inquiry for film scholars. Many of them have concentrated on classifying these films as courtesan films, or have paid more attention to the issue of cinematic adaptation and literature, ignoring their relationship with the history of the Tawais as such. In Pakiza, what I'm trying to sort of summarize very briefly is the relationship between the Tawais culture and its own ideological interpretation of the life of the Tawais in 1960s. And what I argue in the chapter that some of you might read is that Amrohi recreates the kotha in the bazaar to make the Tawais appear like commodities on display. The institution of the Tawais tradition is criticized through visuals and symbols such as birds in a cage. In fact, the train, on the other hand, is a symbol of modernization and a harbinger of change, also associated with nature and the pristine purity of women, the parkness, if I may call that. At the same time, the technology has failed as usual. really concentrated on trying to relate and compare Umrao Jan, the novel, to the film. But what I feel they've ignored is Muzaffar Ali's own interpretation, or in fact his own interest in trying to recreate the culture, the milieu of the Tawaif in Lucknow in late 19th century and early 20th century India. And what I look at, in fact, and what I argue is that it's time for us to shift our attention from questions of authenticity and cinematic adaptation from literature to understand rather how Muzaffar Ali employs paintings, monuments as intertextual references throughout his film to recreate an earlier historical era. And he does it very differently from Abrohi. In fact, his nostalgia for a lost culture can be seen in the film, which shows the transformation of an ordinary girl into a Tawaif after acquiring training in music, dance from the Ustad as a mentor. Throughout the film, Ali celebrates the richness of Shiite culture and the cultural heritage of Lucknow. Now, since I was told to keep this short, I'm just going to show you some photographs, but move on straight to the kind of images that he used. And what I basically want to say is that another means for us to understand history in this film is to trace the relationship between the stature of the historical Tawaif and the celebrity status of film actresses who play the role of the Tawaif. And that's where an interesting relationship can possibly be configured in terms of history. Not just a reflection of a culture, but what is the relationship between Meena Kumari playing Pakiza and Rekha playing Umrao Jan and the Tawaif in an earlier historical period. The erstwhile Tawaif, or courtesans, were famous performers and celebrities in their own times. Their portraits, photographs, gramophone records, and stories added to their status. In fact, what I show you here is some of the research that later led me on to do my own PhD on the historical Tawaif. To look at photographs, to look at paintings of famous Tawaif like Sahib Jan of Bundelkhand, of Mushtari Tawaif of Lucknow, and a famous recording artist called Gauhar Jan, who was herself a daughter of another famous Tawaif, Malka Jan. These are women whose stories we sort of ignored and not really worked on, not really tried to find out. In some ways, women actors in the first half of the 20th century shared a similar story as the earlier Tawaif. They were popular in terms of their stature as stars or celebrities. However, they also faced moral and social discrimination as public women and performers. Here is Meena Kumari's description of her own experience as an actor in the 1950s. This is an article that she wrote for the Filmfare magazine in 1956, and she wrote, and I quote, "It is not a matter of pride for me to say that I'm actually afraid to go out shopping because of what my fans who invariably collect wherever I go will say. It can be humiliating. At Indian theatres, the public never lets us pass without making our ears burn. I do not want to be praised or pampered, but I appreciate sympathy from fans." Now this is a very different Meena Kumari that we know. So one thing that I'm trying to sort of inspire people to do is to look at archival work, to look and try to recreate, to understand the lives of these early women actresses in the first few decades of the Indian cinema. Things had of course changed by the time Rekha played the role of Umrao Jan, but so had the nature of the star texts, the film magazines, and their role in the making of the image of the star. To conclude, popular Hindi films play a significant role in mediating our knowledge of history. They recreate cultural memory through popular renditions of stories and lives of people in the eras gone by. Some key issues that I explored in relation to the Tawaif and films were: first, cinematic interpretation of historical subjects by individual films, another area that we could all explore together. The ways in which the Tawaif remain popular subjects of visual representation. And the third and not the least, the need for further research on the lives of women actors in early decades of the Hindi film industry.